This video will show an installation of our CRL 100 series aluminum railing system. This installation is showing our 100 series aluminum railing system using pickets. The rail is mounted on a cement base, and we're mounting a guardrail on the platform and a handrail running down a handicap ramp. In this particular installation, we're going to use a core mount installation method. We have core drilled the cement, and our embedment depth on the posts is 4 to 6 inches. First, we will insert the post, either resting it on a setting block or lifting it up a little bit so that the bottom is raised at least 1/2 an inch from the bottom of the core mount hole. Then we will plumb up the posts using our wooden shims. You want to make sure that your post is plumb. You only want the wooden shims to go down about halfway into the core drilled hole. Once the post is plumb, we'll start by pouring the grout down through the post so that it levels off about halfway up the core mount hole that we drilled in the bottom of the post. We are using rockite, which is an expanding material for this particular installation. This is a fast-drying, very strong material. Once the material is set, we want to remove the shims and then fill the rest of the core drilled hole with our rockite material. This will level itself with the surface of the existing concrete. Once the posts are totally set, we can begin to add the railing clips to our posts. We will start this by using a punch to put the 2 starter holes at the locations we want our clips to be centered at. These center in the die lines that are pre-existing on the post extrusion. Now there are 4 mounting holes in the clip. However, we only recommend you use 2 screws per clip. In this installation, all the posts are the same height, and we will cut the handrail on an angle to follow the slope down this handicap ramp. Now we will screw on the rail connecting block using the 2 screws as recommended. You may want to also mount these screws diagonally using one on the top left and one on the bottom right. The bottom rail mounting clip goes on the same way, only using 2 screws. Once you have measured the correct distance between the posts, you can cut your top rail, and this will simply snap down on top of these mounting clips. Next, on the bottom corners, you want to put one of the self-tapping screws through the rail and into the retaining clip. You'll need to put at least 1 on each end. You may also put 1 on the outside if desired. You can use CRL touch-up paint to paint the tops of these screws after you've completed your installation. Next, we will put the bottom rail on the same way. It just snaps down over the retaining clips. Then we will add our bottom picket vinyl. This is a clear vinyl, so it can never be seen, and it's used to dampen any noise or sound that you might get from the picket directly touching the aluminum top rail. Next, we will start adding our picket spacers. These spacers are 3 7/8 inches long, and you want to start putting the spacers in from one end of your rail section. Put the one in the top and the bottom, they just snap in, then simply slide your picket into the vinyl insert and push it up against these picket spacers. They will now be locked in place. You simply add the next picket spacer and continue this right across the whole section. Now when you get to the end within 3 pickets of your next post, you want to stop and put these pickets in all at the same time. This will allow you plenty of room to angle the pickets so that they will push in properly, and then you can add your spacers. The last spacer you may need to trim because sometimes your spacers will not come out exactly on each section. If they are off by more than an inch, you may want to trim the 1 or 2 picket spacers before the last one to carry this outage across 2 or 3 different spaces so it won't be as noticeable. For commercial installations, your guardrail needs to be a minimum of 42 inches high. For residential installations, a guardrail on a platform only needs to be 36 inches high. We always recommend a 3-inch gap or less between the bottom rail and the ground. We want to make sure that the space between each picket is a little bit less than 4 inches. We recommend 3 7/8 of an inch. This will make it compliant with most guardrail codes. You may want to check the exact codes in your area. Our rail offers total flexibility so that you can meet any codes in any part of the U.S. The most important codes to remember are your handrail and guardrail heights. These may differ, however. The space between pickets, which must be less than 4 inches, and also between the bottom rail and the ground must also be less than 4 inches. It is easy to add our post caps simply by putting some silicone along the edge of the posts and then pushing the cap down in place. We are now going to cut our top rail and bottom rail at an angle to compensate for the angle going down the handicap ramp.
Perfect.
Because our 100 series is a post-to-post system, this makes it very easy for going up and down stairs or ramps or anytime there's an angle change. Because our handrail or top cap is going to butt into a post, allowing you to cut a different angle with each section. You want to make sure that your saw has an aluminum or ferrous cutting metal blade with a minimum of 80 teeth. The finer the better in cutting this material. Then we will add our posts that are now cut at an angle the same way we did the first section on the platform. You want to cut the picket vinyl the same way. Some installers, especially on stairways or sharp angles, may want to put all the posts in first. This is an optional method of installation. However, when you get to the last 3 posts, you do have to put these in before you put the picket spacers on. This railing is going to end into a concrete wall. You can either end your guardrail or railing into a post or directly into a wall. In this case, we're going to use a wedge bolt to anchor our rail clips directly into the concrete. This picture shows that by mounting your clips directly to the surface that you are ending the railing at, you eliminate the need for posts in this area. This is one area where you may want to take advantage of the 4 screw bosses in the rail clips if you're screwing this into wood or metal. In this case, we're going to use the wedge bolt into concrete. Now the platform is complete, and you can see how easy it was to install our CRL 100 series handrail using pickets. You can also use glass as your infill panel by replacing the picket clear vinyl channel with our CRL glazing pocket channel that will accept 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch glass. Now you can add glass as an infill panel to any of the CRL aluminum railing systems, from our 100 series all the way up to the 350. Now this is our 100 series. I'm going to show you how easy it is to use glass as an infill panel. First of all, instead of putting our clear vinyl in that we put the pickets into, we have a glazing channel, and this will either accept 1/4 inch glass or 3/8 inch glass. That simply snaps into the top and bottom. Then we take our glass. This is 1/4 inch glass. We do recommend that you polish it on the 2 sides. You don't have to do it on the top or the bottom. Then simply take that piece of glass. You're going to push it up into this gasket on the top, slide it over, and then drop it down into the gasket on the bottom. Press it in place, and your glass is locked in. It's that easy. Now we do recommend that first you install your railing system, then make your measurements. We will give you the takeoffs on how to prepare the glass to the proper size, and you can see how easy that will push up and snap into our systems. And again, this can be used on any of our systems from the 100 series to the 350. We do believe you need to leave at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches between the edge of the glass and the posts. Again, that's up to you to capture what type of a look you are looking for, but you do want to have enough room to put your hands in and also to clear the two brackets that are holding the top and bottom rail together in the system. Now this 100 series display is showing us a more standard installation, which is our standard base plates, and these can be lagged into wood, beams, concrete, masonry, using red heads, wedge bolts, or 5-inch lags that will hold it in place and keep it to code. Now this is our small display sample of the CRL 200 series. It has a different type of top cap. On our 200, 250, 300, and 350 series, our top cap comes in 20-foot lengths and goes on top of the posts versus going from post to post in our 100 series. Now in our 200 series through our 350 series, if you're putting in pickets as the infill panels, they come completely made and fabricated for you. So this will be made to the size that you're looking to insert into your panel. And then these insert just like the glass panel does. You simply take the bottom channel, slide it over your clips, push this in under your top cap, and then you want to snap this up into your top rail. Make sure that's down properly, and then add your 2 screws at each end. So it makes it very easy to insert this infill panel into our 200 to 350 series. It simply snaps in. These are all fabricated for you, so you don't have to spend all the time to put the individual pickets in. They're also fastened in place, so there's not going to be any kind of movement or shaking, so you're going to get a much more secure system. So on our 200 through 350 series, it makes the installation even easier in our picket systems. And if you need to trim them, you simply trim the 2 ends here to make it fit the size or width of the panel that you're looking for. Now in this display model, I'm going to show you how this lags into a deck. If this was a deck installation, you'd have your 2x6 or 4x4 or 4x6 or whatever you're fastening into. You're going to have a 5 or 6 inch lag bolt depending on what's been specified. And then you simply put our base plate down, which is already attached to your posts. You simply screw down these lags using the special washer that CRL provides. Make sure that that's centered on top of your bolt. And when that's down snugly, you simply take our plastic cap and it snaps right on top of that washer and really finishes off your installation. Now this is a standard base plate. We also have an offset base plate in case you're going to the edge of a balcony or against a wall with a post, so you can fit it nice and snug. Now CRL has several different sample models available. These are small samples that you can take off the base so you can bring right into a job site or bolt down onto a base to keep in your showroom. We also have larger ones that will represent a 36 or 40-inch high railing or guardrail to make it easier to show this product to your customers. We also have color samples that are actually on the exact aluminum, and we have many custom colors available. If you simply send us a custom color number, we'll match it, send you a color sample to sign off on, and CRL Company and our new powder coat paint line can do up to 200 different colors powder coated to your order. Now also, all of our products come with full installation instructions. These are detailed, they have complete pictures, information, parts lists, everything that you need to be able to do a good installation. And you can call our technical department if you need some help or some engineering done on how to attach this to the surface. In many cases, your local building inspectors will want a detailed drawing of how you're going to attach the base plate or the railing into the surface that you're using. If you send us a drawing of the design of the surface, we can help you out with what we believe is the best attaching method, provide you a drawing, a shop drawing, or complete detail, whatever you need to go back to your building inspector with to make sure that this is a safe installation and that everybody signs off on it. You can call CRL's technical sales line if you're looking for any advice or if you need any detailed drawings on how to attach our handrail to best suit the installation that you're looking for. You can buy all of this material in stock lengths already pre-cut and in some cases pre-assembled. Just call our technical sales department with your drawing or design, and we'll make recommendations as to what we feel will be the best installation method. Our CRL aluminum handrail systems come with complete instructions and are available in 7 standard colors as well as over 200 custom powder coat colors. CRL offers several different display samples that you can bring into the field or set up in your showroom. We also have color samples available.